All right, guys, Zach with Joker's Trains, and I got another brand new catalog review for you this week. This is the second one. The first one was obviously that from Lionel Trains catalog, pamphlet, brochure, whatever you guys want to call that lack of steam announcement they had. Anyways, as you can see here, we're going to talk about Third Rail. And if you know me, I've never done a Third Rail catalog review. I don't recall ever seeing a Third Rail catalog, so this is obviously the first review that I've done. Now, I want to take a second. Let's talk about this cover picture here. As you can see here, it says photo credit, Johnny Nugent. That's, Optimus Trains from the Matt and Matt, or the Miniature Models, or whatever the hell they call the podcast now. But this is an absolutely beautiful picture. The dude has done some great work on his layout, and the results show here in this picture. It's a fantastic photograph. So, Johnny, if you happen to watch this, man, this is an awesome picture. Congratulations on being on the cover of Third Rail's catalog. Now, let's go ahead and get on with this here. We're going to skip all this, the fluff. Now, I have looked through here a little bit earlier today. I kind of breezed through it. If you're on my Discord, I did more than breeze. You guys know I ranted a little bit about a couple things, but it was colorful rants. I like to use the vernacular, as some people like to call it. But anyways, the first item up here in this new catalog is a SD70 Ace. Now, obviously, everybody knows the SD70 Ace is awesome. This is probably the first time that I've ever seen it done in brass. Unless HO does it in brass, I don't know. But I've never seen it done in O scale in brass. I'm sure this engine is going to be absolutely beautiful. I, however, do not know that what I'm going to buy. Now, the other thing that perturbed me a little bit about this catalog is you'll notice here on this page of the SD70 Aces, we got a thing here you can scan, a QR code you can scan for more information. And it tells you an ETA, which is nice. Most catalogs do not do that. Most catalogs don't tell you the ETA. You gotta hope and pray that you find out somehow. But the glaring omission, is that the right word? The glaring thing missing from this page is price. So as I was informed, you have to go to another page to find the price, which is less than desirable. So anyways, I will go ahead and fill the prices in as we go. The SD70 Ace pre-order the price on them is $840, and you have to go to Third and Townsend Models webpage to that's actually the name of the website, thirdandtownsendmodels.com, and then click on the O scale pre-order. But yeah, they're $850. Now, my big deal with this is you got some beautiful paint schemes here. You obviously got the SP, you got UP, you got the Katy. Then we're gonna do some other ones here. You got Norfolk Southern Heritage Fleet, CN, KCS, Fairmax, CSX, whatever, right? You can read all this. But the big thing here is we're doing an $850 diesel, and it has TMCC in it. I got a problem with that. Now, I know some people say, Lionel's diesels are expensive. They also have Legacy. But whatever. I had heard rumors that Third Rail was going to go to MTH PS3, but clearly that didn't happen according to the... So anyways, they do have ABS bodies. They're not brass. So I thought they were brass when I originally saw this posting, right? But it's ABS body with brass details, as it says here in the project information, and then ball bearing axle journals, which is pretty cool. And then it does have a DC motor, so that quiet drive nonsense like the steam engines have. So I think these are cool. I'm not paying $850 for a TMCC diesel. I think that's absolutely ludicrous. I know some of you guys are gonna be like, but they're accurate. Not $850 accurate, I assure you. So I'm gonna keep on moving here. Next here is some, I'll be honest with you, when I saw this, I had no idea what the hell these things were. That's the cool thing that I do enjoy about Sunset, or Third Rail, or whatever we're calling them, Golden Gate Depot, whatever they are, right? They make a bunch of B&O steam engines that nobody else does, and I was really hoping there's going to be a B&O engine in this catalog. Spoiler, there is not. But when I think of Third Rail, I know that they make engines that other people don't make. Talking about line on MTH and Atlas, right? So it's pretty cool that I had no idea what these are. Obviously, I know this paint scheme. Everybody knows the paint scheme. These are P8s, 10s, and 14s. They're Pacifics, right? And they're Southern Pacific. Very beautiful engines. Very, very beautiful engines. Obviously, if you guys know me at all, I like this one in Daylight with the murdered outlook. And then both of these look really nice. But I think I like this one better just because the cowling, or whatever you call it, on top. But the tenders look awesome. Like, these are cool. These are going to retail for $25.95. So if you haven't seen the prices, I'll just go ahead and tell you all the prices for everything that we look at here today. And I like this, ETA to be determined. You got plenty of time to save for these bad boys here. QR code if you want more information. Feel free to scan the screen. You'll get the code. All right. We'll keep it moving here. We got the Timken 4 Aces, and then the Northern Pacific A1 Again, another fantastic offering that I don't think that I've ever seen from another manufacturer. Maybe somebody else has made these. I think I have seen this paint scheme, but I don't know if it's on the accurate or the correct model. To be determined on the ETA, and let's see if I can get your price on these. These are going to be $26.95. Again, these are going to be TMCC. These are brass, and they're going to be beautiful. Well, if you get it in 2-rail, you can get Soundtrack's Blue Nami, and it's a limited number run. But these are going to be beautiful. I have no problem saying 3rd-rail models are absolutely stunning. They're beautiful, everyone I've ever seen. I just have a hard time paying the price that they want for their models to have very old electronics in them. Now, when we get to the diesels here, I will go ahead and expand on what I think about TMCC a little bit more. But yeah, these are going to be fantastic, and I mean they're a little pricey. They're $26.95. That's like a Vision Big Boy. But if you want a Northern Pacific A1, good luck getting Lionel to make you one, or MTH for that matter. Now here, I'm not gonna lie. Here's a diesel I don't know a whole lot about. The FL9s. A buddy of mine. I know you guys have heard his name if you listen to the podcast at all. It's DJ's Trains. He seems to be pretty high on these FL9s. Probably because one of them's like Metro, or I think this one here is Metro, but these come in some different road names. I'm assuming these like have to do with commuter stuff, I guess. But the Main and Eastern, I like that paint scheme. I feel like that paint scheme's really cool. Obviously, people love the Penn Central right now, and then I'm gonna go with that. Looks like Amtrak. I'm gonna go with that Amtrak and New Haven. Now these are gonna retail for $7.99 a piece. I don't know if they ran in AAs or however they did it, but. I don't know. I've never heard of an FL9 until today, so I'm not going to pretend like I know what the hell these are. Oh, it is Amtrak. If I just read the liveries here, yeah, Amtrak. On to the next. We'll keep it rolling. Now, this one here I know is much anticipated. People pay outrageously stupid money for these models. This is going to be the N&W 475, the Molly. It's at Strasburg. A buddy of mine, John, has probably already placed this pre-order within 5 minutes of the catalog releasing today. This is a Strasburg engine, so people are going to go ape shit over it. Now, this is a small engine. It's a 480. It's a relatively small engine, and it's also relatively expensive because it's made by 3rd-rail. This engine retails for $24.95. And I saw some people asking on the forums today. Not that I'm allowed to be on the forums. I can still read them. I just can't buy anything or talk to anybody anymore. I've been outlawed from the OGR, which is fine. But somebody was asking about, where the headlight was going to be, if it was going to be the center headlight or the high headlight. Because if you look at the picture here, we have multiple different variations of this engine. See, this one here, ancient. And you got the high headlight here, and then you got two of them with that's a model, but this one is the center headlight. ETA on this is going to be Winter 26, and it's a cool engine. If you watch my channel, I am no Strasburg fan at all. I'm not a subscriber to the hype of Strasburg, but for all of my friends that are Strasburg fans, and my buddy John, Toy Train Fanatic, that's always in my stream, he's also a friend of mine in real life. I'm happy that they're remaking these, so he has a chance to order one of these to complete his Strasburg collection, I guess. But so all of you guys that have been, hollering about they want one of these engines, but didn't want to pay a lot of money. Well, you're still paying a lot of money, but the ease of getting it now is going to be a little bit easier. So yeah, here you go. Go buy your 475s and be happy. All right, now we're going to move on down to the GE B23s, B30s, B36s. These are one of my least favorite diesels, probably ever. Yeah. ETA on these is to be determined, which is good for some of you guys that haven't ever bought 3rd-rail, because they typically tend to take a long time to make stuff from what I've gathered. Not that I've ordered anything from them. That's just what I hear from people that do buy stuff for them. But you're going to get these in Southern Pacific, BNSF, UP, the Chessie, the Conrail, and there's some other road names. So if you click the QR code, or if you go to just the Third and Townsend Models website, if you click on the listing on there, then you can see all of the road names that it's going to put these in. I kind of wish they would have had pictures of them all, but I just understand there would have been more pages. But at any rate, these are going to be awesome. I will say I'm not the biggest 3rd-rail fan on the planet, but they do make fantastic looking models. But yeah, this is going to be another TMCC engine as well. I think all these in here are TMCC. All right, here we got some current project reservations that are open. You got the GP30s, which is funny. I was actually looking for another GP30 today, and I was looking for one in TMCC because I do have a GP30, a Chessie GP30 in TMCC. I was kind of looking for another one, but I don't know that I want to pay $800 for one. We got Erie builts that are on order currently, the F7s, and then the E8 and 9s, and the UP Heritage units, which we'll get to all those here in a minute. All right, here we got the GP30s. As it says here, the liveries are too many to list, over 30 available. Like I said, click on the website. You can see all of the liveries available. It is an artwork rendition of the livery, but you get the idea. Spring of 26, these are going to retail for $7.99 as well. It's a bit high for a GP30, to be honest with you. Whether I don't care, I don't care if it had legacy. It's still a bit high. But yeah, they're $7.99, and there's a mess of them here. I'll click on it and read them off too, or read some of them too. All right, they're doing Conrail, they're doing Chessie with CNO, Rio Grande, GM&O, KCS, LNN, New York Central, N&W, Penske, Reading, or Reading, as I like to say. Seaboard, Sioux, Southern Pacific, Santa Fe in the blue and yellow, Southern with the high hood, UP, Wisconsin Central, Nickel Plate Road, Burlington Northern, BNSF, CGW, not real sure which one that one is, Canadian Pacific, B&O, it's going to be the Capitol Dome and Sunburst on the nose, Chicago Northwestern, CNO, Great Northern, the demo unit, as well as the CB&Q, the Milwaukee Road with Alco trucks, I'm sure you guys might know what that means, and then the Cotton Belt and Atlantic Coastline. It's a bit long-winded there, but yeah, there's plenty of road names if you guys are interested in these. Like I said, retail on these is $7.99. All right, here we go on to the Erie builts. As you can see, they got the Penske, was it Milwaukee Road, and Santa Fe and UP. There's some other ones. Other ones are New York Central, Chicago Northwestern, whatever. Right. These are supposed to be here winter of 26. I find the Erie builds to be pretty cool, actually. These are going to retail for $7.99 as well. Another TMCC engine. That's a cool offering. I feel like MTH did some Erie builds. I don't know what Lionel ever has, but I do find these engines to be pretty cool. All right, now we're going to go on to the EMDs. All right, now we're going to move on to the F7s here, and these have got a estimated time of arrival of summer of 26, and you have a ton of road names available. Again, 30. I'm not going to click on them and read them all. These are going to retail for $7.99 as well a piece. Right, so it's $7.99 per A, and I think are they doing Bs? All right, these are going to be $7.99 a piece for the A's and Bs as well. Some do have Bs. I don't know that they all have Bs. But some of the road names are ACL, B&O, CN, CNO, Demo, Erie, GN, Northern Pacific, New York Central, Penske, Green, Denver, Rio Grande, which is an awesome paint scheme, Southern, UP, Wabash, Western Pacific, and they're doing an unpainted version if you guys want to paint your own, whatever. These are gonna be pretty cool. I am inclined to call and see what paint scheme the B&Os are going to be in. But again, you know, TMCC, $800 per A. So real quick, I'll talk about my thoughts on TMCC. I feel like TMCC in a diesel is way less important than TMCC in a steam engine. You know, in a steam engine, Legacy is going to be a little better. You know, obviously you're going to get the whistle steam and the quilling whistle and all that stuff. But I feel like in a diesel, you don't really need a quilling horn. There's no real need for that. And I feel like the speed steps aren't quite as important. I mean, everybody likes to see a steam engine creep, but diesels creeping are it's not that important. So, all right, on to the next page here. We got the EMD E8/E9 and Union Pacific Heritage Fleet. These have an ETA of summer of 26 as well. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. I did look into these a little bit. I'm a fan of E-units in general. And that Union Pacific Heritage Fleet is very... Now, the UP Heritage Fleet is very interesting for the cars. I believe they're like 3,500 or so last time when I looked at them. And these are going to be nice. I probably not going to buy them. Because I feel like if you buy the Heritage Fleet passenger cars, you got to buy a third rail set of diesels to go with it just to match, right? But anyways, we'll keep it rolling here, and we'll go to the Virginian Railway EL3A. It's a 3-unit set. I'm not going to pretend like I know a damn thing about these because I have no earthly idea what these are. I'm assuming they're electrics from the look of them. And these retail for $27.99 for all 3 of these. Now, I don't know if they're going to make all of this no matter what they get orders for, or if they have a certain number they need to get orders for before they do it. But it says these are smooth operating. Fun fact, I haven't ran a third row engine yet that I think is smooth operating. But that's me. And I know some of you guys are going to say, but Norm's trains gets him to run smooth. He does. He is a third rail whisperer. I'm not. I don't know if I have the patience to do that, but they can be made to run smooth. But I'm sure these are better than the older third rails that I've fooled with. But all right, we're going to move it on to the C&O or Virginian Allegheny. Now, this is a much talked about engine. Everybody appears to love an Allegheny. I get it. They're cool. They're cool engines. This engine's going to cost $4,800 for TMCC. $4,800 for TMCC. That's stupid. I don't care what anybody wants to tell me. It's lifetime brass construction. Well, that's good. It's not going to change over time. It has an operating reverse linkage for all of you guys that would like to touch yourself to that feature. And then it has a fully detailed backhead with backlit dials, operating sand and turret hatches, cab vents, doors, windows, sprung drivers, and tender trucks. It has TMCC. I'm sorry, guys. I know this is, you guys are gonna think this is a great engine, a great model. I got some legacy engines up here that got backlit gauges too, so that doesn't do a whole lot for me. I don't care if the reverse linkage doesn't work on a model train. I'm not paying $5,000 basically for a Allegheny that has an operating reverse linkage. That's, if you guys want to do that for a $5,000 for a TMCC engine, ain't a damn way. No sir, not doing it. Is it going to be beautiful? Absolutely. So isn't my JLC Allegheny sitting over here. So if you guys are willing to pony up $5,000 for this, let me know. Let me know if you're the guy that's going to pay $5,000 for this. Apparently they only need a few more orders for these. Last time I looked on their website, I think they're trying to get 50 orders. I think they were only like 5 short of 50 last time I looked. Or it could be somewhere. It might be a little less than that, but they already had a pile of orders for these. So obviously I am not one of the rich guys in this hobby that's just going to throw down $5,000 for a TMCC steam engine, but apparently some people will. So more power to you, but I'm not that guy. It does have a super smoke. That cool. On to the next page for the rest of you sane people that don't want to spend $5,000 on a steam engine. Now this is HO stuff. Yeah, we're scrolling. And we're scrolling some more. And we're going to keep scrolling. These are cool looking steam engines though. Okay, now here we go. Golden Gate Depot Summer 25 announcements. We're going to do the 54-foot REA reefers, and we're going to do the Harriman cars. Apparently those are very sought after. I don't know much about them. Then we're going to do one that I do think is a beautiful, beautiful passenger train. The Great Northern Empire Builder set. I think those cars, I think the whole, like if you get the engines and the cars, the whole deal, right? The whole thing is just impressive looking. So anyways, let's get on to these reefers. Now, we're going to talk about these reefers for a minute, and I'm going to do some Lionel bashing for all you Lionel haters. Just hold tight. All right, these cars are, they're going to be nice. They are plastic bodied. They're not brass, right? I think I saw somebody tell me they were brass today. But they're plastic bodies, and they got detailed underbodies, ball bearing trucks, 2 packs available, the whole deal, right? Whatever. They're going to be in next winter, whatever. They have a retail price of $109.99. So $110 is your retail. Now, if you recall, we just looked at the Lionel catalog, and they're going to have their PS1 60-foot box cars for like $160. Lionel, how in the actual hell is Third Rail making cars cheaper than you? How is that possible? You know, I am a Lionel fan. This is no secret, but that seems to be quite ridiculous to me. These cars are going to be nicer than the Lionel cars, and they're way cheaper. So, don't place your orders for Lionel's passenger or freight cars. Just buy some of these. Buy the B&O one, B&O Blue. It's going to be a good looking car. But yeah, I feel like this is a good deal. $109 for a Golden Gate Depot freight car. Pretty solid deal. Pretty solid. All right, here we got the 17-inch Harriman cars. I guess they come in a set here, right? Yeah. Coming in a set. How many do you get? 6-car set. You get a baggage RPO, 2 coaches, observation, and ADL. What's an ADL? Anybody know what ADL means? I don't know what that means. I'm no passenger expert. But these cars look good. From the picture, they look fantastic. And it's going to be $1,300 for a 6-car set. I mean, cheaper than Lionel's 4-pack last year. Sorry, it might have Lionel's 4-pack by $100. But you're getting 2 more cars. And they're going to be better. Guaranteed, these cars are going to be beautiful. I really would like to have some third rail passenger sets. I just don't know when that day is going to come. And here you got a bunch of different row numbers, SPSP lines. Have at it. Read them all. All right. On to the Empire Builder set. Now, this is going to come in 2 different paint schemes, which I find pretty cool. You got this one, the Empire Builder, whatever you're going to call this paint scheme. Oh, the Empire Builder scheme. That's what it's called. Then you have the Blue Sky scheme. As I said before, Empire Builder colors are absolutely beautiful. It comes in an 8-car set. It's going to be $33.59 for all 8 cars, engine not included. They do have flicker-free LEDs. That's cool. And these are aluminum cars. Another cool thing. And the has brass dome construction. So it's full interiors with passengers, tables, and details. Right? So you're getting fully detailed passenger cars with tables, bro. You're getting tables that have details on them. I think they're supposed to have lights on them, like little table lights. From what I read somewhere. Might be in this if you read this. I'm not reading all this right now. It's a lot of money for 8 cars. I understand that. You're getting some quality shit for $3,500 or $33.60 plus tax, I'm assuming, and shipping or whatever. But I mean, if you're paying that much, it doesn't really matter. These cars are going to be stunning. I just know it. Like, I've seen third rail cars. I don't own any, you know, 'cause I'm just a little guy. I can't afford all that third rail stuff. But I've seen them in person before. The cars are absolutely stunning, and I have no reason to believe that these will not be the exact same way. Unless you're like RJ and you get the wrong interior. But they'll fix it, I think. Now, here we go with the what they're talking about there. They're talking about the Heritage Fleet with the water tenders. So you get 9-car set, or it's 9-car series, 8-car set, add-on cars available. This set can get real expensive if you're getting all of them. Now, but what I want to talk about is these water tenders, because there's people that didn't. I guess they were asking the question today on my Discord if you could get the auxiliary water tender as a standalone without having to order the entire set of passenger cars. You can. They are $600 a piece or $11.50 for both of them. But look here, man. Look. $600 for an auxiliary water tender is absolutely insanity. I mean, when you figure out that most of their passenger cars average out to like $400 to $430 a car, you're gonna pay $600 for an auxiliary water tender that's a damn glorified box car. But their passenger cars that are fully detailed and beautiful are less than that $600 auxiliary tender. That is the stupidest shit that I've ever heard of. And I mean, I know some of you guys are gonna say, but the auxiliary water tender is accurate. Not $600 accurate. Not for me, man. I get it. Some of you guys got the money for it. I could get one. I'm not paying $600 for an auxiliary water tender just because it's accurate. No, we're not doing that. I do, however, want the passenger cars. Their passenger cars are awesome, and the observation car that goes to this set is absolutely stunning. I think it's one of the coolest looking observation cars. I would be more inclined to pay the $3,500 or whatever it is for the passenger car set, but not for the water tenders. We're not paying $600. I know some guys have already ordered them. I'm just going to stick with my Lionel, and it apparently is wrong because it goes with the veranda turbine. I don't really care. It stays in a box. But yeah, I just had to touch on that for a minute. $600 for an auxiliary tender is silly. But, all right, here's the Southern Pacific Lark. Awesome looking cars. Fantastic looking cars. Like from the picture, I'm assuming that's what they're really going to look like. It's a 9-car set. Add-on cars available. Let's see the price on this bad boy. Assuming it's going to be about the same, 35, 33, somewhere in that range. Yeah, it's going to be a stunning set. Problem is, probably won't match the SP Lark paint scheme on the Vision GS from a couple years back. But these cars are absolutely beautiful. I wish I could afford all these passenger car sets because I think it would be cool to have them all. But clearly, I'm not. I don't know if I'm buying any of them. So, all right, on to the Broadway Limited. This is the least impressive observation car ever that I've seen. Just messing with you, Pensy guys. It's a cool set. It's going to be here in the summer of 26, and the Lark will be here in the winter of 26. This one's an 8-car set. The Lark is? It's a 9-car set. Okay. And then we have the Century Limited cars. Now, these are what Lionel attempted to make. And the cars look good. I like the cars before. At least they match the white engine. Yeah, white cars, white engine, whatever. But these are probably the more accurate colors. If I had to guess, these will be the right colors of what they're supposed to be. And you get an, as you see here from 38, they give you a demonstration on what the two different color schemes look like, which is cool. These are going to be here in summer 26. 8-car set, add-ons available. Offered in east and westbound sets. Now, see, I don't know anything about that. So the difference of whatever, right? But I think these are going to look stunning, just like all the passenger cars I've ever seen from Third Rail. But now, here's one we may be able to talk about, boys. Might be able to talk about this one. This is the 1937 Santa Fe Super Chief set. Now, I know the Super Chief has had a lot of publicity this week with Lionel releasing their $5,000 Super Chief set with like 5 sound cars or whatever the hell it was, and ABBA and all of that, right? This is just a 6-car set. Add-on cars are available. If you want just the 6-car set, it's $25.19 for 6 aluminum cars with detailed underbodies, full interiors with passengers. Now, I don't think these are going to have no tables and lights on them, but they'll be nice nonetheless. And these are going to be the right cars. Like, these are going to be accurate. Those cars you're going to get from Lionel, with all the station sounds and the lounge sounds and the baggage sounds, whatever the hell else there are, I'm not guaranteeing that those will be accurate. These will probably be accurate. Now, again, this is offered in an eastbound and westbound set, and I have thought about buying these. I really have thought about it. But $2,500 for 6 cars is still a little bit rough. Still a lot, but I would rather have these 6 cars than the Lionel Super Set nonsense, right? I feel like these are going to be a much better product. All right, then we go into the 80-foot heavyweight cars. Now, let me see if I can find these on the old website here for the... These are $249 a car. Yeah, I think 80-foot heavyweight. Yeah, 80-foot heavyweight coach and sleeper are $249 a car. Picture. Anyways, good catalog, great catalog. I feel like it's gonna be some solid product in here. I unfortunately don't know that I'm going to be purchasing anything, to be honest with you. If I did purchase anything, I would love to tell them I'd buy this Great Northern set and the diesels to go with it, but that's price probably wouldn't be much more than the Lionel set, but it would be right. But and I would love this one. I love the UP set minus these stupid tenders, but I really feel like the deal in this catalog is these the Super Chief 6-car set for $2,500. It's a good deal, man. It's $25.19.95 on the website. They're going to be here in spring of 26. So if you boys are going to buy these, you got to save it quick because they're going to be here. Now, I don't know how accurate Third Rail shipping information is, but if they're actually going to be here in the spring, that's going to come pretty quick. So if you're going to get these, be prepared to pay. And apparently, you can do a pay-as-you-go. They send you an invoice. They start sending invoices 6 months before whatever you ordered comes, and they break it down. Each month is obviously 1/6 of your bill, but. Yeah, these are gonna be great. These are gonna be great cars, and I'm really excited to see Third Rail do a. I'm really excited to see Third Rail do a catalog. I apparently they've done them before, like 9-10 years ago. I don't think I've ever seen one, so I was really excited when I heard that they were doing one. And I already knew that there wasn't gonna be much in here that I was gonna buy. Right, like their stuff's a little bit out of my price. Like I don't mind paying the bigger money for Vision Line big boys and stuff like that, but. When you're talking about TMCC steam engines for $2,600, I mean, you're starting to get a little bit past like the point where I think it's ridiculous. But to all of you guys that do like the accuracy of Third Rail and what they bring to the table, more power to you guys. And maybe in the future, Third Rail will switch to a PS3 system for everything. I feel like that would make their product a little bit more justifiable, in my opinion, and probably a lot of other guys' opinion. I know a lot of guys aren't going to come out here and drop, $2,600 on a Pacific, but apparently a lot of guys do. So and even the SD78s, if it was $850 and a PS3 and it was from Third Rail, that might be I might be a little more inclined to get behind that, but with it being TMCC, I don't really know if I want to pay that much money, but Yeah, like I said, TMCC in a diesel I feel like is a much more acceptable operating system, but it's still a lot of money for a TMCC diesel. So, all right, I hope you guys enjoyed this catalog review. Apparently here, Third Rail says see you in December for our next edition. I've heard rumor that there's been some leadership change at Third Rail. I guess maybe somebody else might have taken over or whatever, bought it, whatever you want to word that. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I've heard. So maybe these companies will start doing like these releases, kind of like MTH does, and that'd be a little bit cooler. Right, give us more stuff to look at, right? But I did enjoy this catalog. Unfortunately, I don't know how much I'm going to order out of here because a lot of these things are a little bit past what I'm willing to pay for trains. So we'll see. There are some things in here I want. Super Chiefs might be on the list. But anyways, until next time, I appreciate all you guys for watching. Subscribe to the channel. Check out the store. Buy my shirts. Buy my koozies, my stickers. Help me be able to afford the Empire Builder set, boys. But until next time, I'm Hot Y'all, and thanks for watching.